Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Momentum for the Australian dollar extended its steep up leg into the sixth consecutive day since the large engulfing candle fueled a very strong bullish rally, along with that supported by the ADX. With the key level now seen at 64 cents, which is now only a stone's throw away, strong technical signals and improving risk appetite expect its goal to be achieved. Meanwhile, the US dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of six major currencies, was unchanged at 99.50, and with the technical pattern there suggesting growing uncertainty and a potential slide towards 88 to 94, a big drop. So keep an eye on that. However, with the technicals for the Australian dollar, as I mentioned, the ADX is firm, and still the implications from the RSI and the MACD should eventually see its target and reassess from 64, just in case we see a little bit of profit taking, and it is a bit of a key level. Turning to the euro dollar, it was mixed on Wednesday, but nevertheless, with this pattern in play, could see another up test. That is towards the region of a target I'm calling at 115 to 115 and a half. With the dollar being somewhat uncertain, could see that rally. And so far, we've seen a tumble of nearly 10% from its peak, that is, for the US dollar, and therefore could see further strength in terms of the euro if it does slide towards the call that I mentioned earlier, around 88 to 94. Looking ahead to this Thursday, the European Central Bank is expected to cut rates by 25 base points to 2.25 in response to the euro tariff threats, slowing growth and sliding inflation or falling. Nevertheless, Donald Trump's 90% pause on EU tariffs caution lingers, with markets eyeing a potential follow-up cut in June. Any pullback? Well, I feel the market will be limited. Dollar yen case, well, we can see the market is still somewhat negative and still holding to its bearish sentiment as it looks towards a level of 140 since the confirmation from the break of 144.20. If so, that's seen a good 400 points drop, but nevertheless, we're still seeing very strong weakness, that is, to the bearish case. But there is a little bit of bullish divergence here, but the ADX is likely to overthrow that and reassess if it does reach 140, just in case we do see a little bit of profit taking. Turning to sterling, well, the market is not pulled back, and as you can see, still pushes higher with the objective holding around 133 to 133 and a half. All eyes will be on this week's March CPI data today. In forecast shows a CPI at 3.5 year on year. Nevertheless, if we do see a weaker inflation, then there will be talk of maybe another cut. Finishing up with commodities, well, we're seeing a fresh high when it comes to gold, now trading around 3,294. That was the high, and 88 where it's trading, but nevertheless, still safe haven demand is keeping this market to rally, and therefore the call at present is around 3,500. Wrapping up with oil, still a little bit uncertain in this pattern. Can't get the bullishness until we see a break of 62.30.45, and given the fact that we are somewhat negative, we could see a return price down towards the region of 57.70, reassess from there just in case we see another low come into play here around $55 a barrel. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great start to the day.